Hello guys, welcome to PowerDrift. I'm Sheldekar and this is the motorcycle that got you here. The Triumph Street Triple RS. The highest selling motorcycle in the Triumph lineup, overhauled and tricked out to the T. And we are here to find out everything that's good about it and bad. But first, let's start with the good stuff, no? And then it's only right to start with the stonking engine. Now this is the same 765cc engine which we've already seen on the Street Triple S. But this one is in a different state of tune. Changes which mean that you get 10 extra horses and 4 more Newton meters. Numbers when crunched sound something like this. Honestly, I've never experienced this level, this kind of top end on a Street Triple. Because after 7,000 RPM, the RS is a whole different animal. Reminds me more of the Daytona, you know, although this one actually hits you harder because there is no fairing to hide behind. Now how do you better that? With a quick shifter, of course, to play the perfect accomplice. And it does. It acts like a can of race fuel in the hands of a pyromaniac. Always egging you to keep the engine on the boil as you shift up this beautiful gearbox with the throttle wide open. Something which you can definitely afford to do when you have superbike brakes at your disposal. The braking performance offered by the Brembo M50s is so freaking strong, it almost borders the realm of overkill. Stupendous bite, amazing feedback. You can actually make the brakes more progressive by simply going to the lowermost setting of the Brembo MCS adjustable level. A system which I've only seen on the 1299 Superleggera thus far. But that's still not the best part of the RS for me. This is. The rake is sharper, there is more weight on the front, and when you add Showa's big piston forks to the mix, you're looking at the best front end I have experienced on a naked. A bike you can chuck into corners with reckless abandon, feeding off the supreme grip and feedback from the Super Corsa SPs, and trusting the O-lins and the new rigid swing arm to stay hooked as you gas out of corners. Equipment which ensures the RS is just as easy to ride even though you're going faster than ever. Does that make the RS the best middleweight naked in India now, which can double up as a track tool? Absolutely. And guess what? It is just as fantastic on the road. The slip and assist clutch is super light, an absolute delight to use in stop and go traffic. The fueling is out of this world good. Steady throttle, on-off throttle transitions are as smooth can be. The RS's signature bar and mirrors, they actually work and offer a good view of the world behind you. Despite the bump in power, the RS is just as good at heat management as the S. You also have ample torque for quick overtakes in any gear, and also a lot more control over the traction control, and set it as per your preference in the rider mode, something which the Street Triple S did not offer. And the new TFT screen is among the best in business, offers a ton of customization and looks bloody good. Right, with all the right bits done and dusted, it's time for the wrong bits. Starting with the revised geometry, which means the seat height on the RS is about 15 mm taller as compared to the Street Triple S, which at 825 mm is not the most user-friendly for short riders. So you guys might want to consider the lower seat accessory from Triumph. Next is ground clearance. Now that has stayed the same just like on the S, and that's not a good thing because it was not enough. especially to scale our tall speed breakers and negotiate our really deep potholes. So when you're riding the RS on our bad roads, you have to be really careful. Next, you have the windscreen. Now, the windscreen on the RS has a more aggressive cut as compared to the windscreen on the S, which works great when you're fully tucked in because that's what it's been designed for. But if you're sitting up, there's a lot of wind blasts, which is not a good thing, which will tire you out on longer rides. Next is the ride quality, which is not the best because the Olin shock is set on the stiffer side in the stock setting, but it is fully adjustable and you can easily set it for a plusher ride. That I can deal with. What I cannot deal with is the fact that you cannot select the track or the rider mode when you're on the move, while you can toggle between the other three, which is rain, road and sport, which means you actually have to come to a stop to either choose the track or the rider setting. And that's why it's even more annoying when the track mode resets to the road mode every time you switch off the ignition and turn it back on. And while we are at it, considering all the equipment that Triumph has bestowed on the RS, I really wonder why they have missed out on the forged rims and the auto blipper. Is it stuff that they are saving for the Daytona 765? I sure hope so. But that still doesn't change the fact that the RS is still the most well-equipped motorcycle in this segment. Equipment which builds on the Street Triple solid platform and transforms it into the best in class. Equipment which will put you back by additional 2 lakh rupees as compared to the Street Triple S. But if you ask me honestly, it's worth every single rupee. And mind you, even with this price tag, the RS is still a more affordable option as compared to the Yamaha MT-09 and the MV Agusta Brutale 800.